Hello, my name is Tammy Katura, and I invite you to pray with me. I am a peace practitioner. I work with the work of Byron Katie, and I am academically accredited in peace studies. When I was in violence and coming out of it, prayer played a really important role. And I invite you to pray with me now. This is an interreligious prayer. I ask you to pray to your God, recognizing that your God and my God are connected and that we may have different names for them. So whether the name for your God is Emieslavi or Yahweh or Elohim or Jesus or Boa, whether it be your higher power, and whether you don't believe in a God at all, I invite you to find something that you believe in that is bigger than us and that connects us all. I invite you to close your eyes, and when it supports you, keep them open. I name my God Yahweh, and I will pray with that word, with that name. When you hear Yahweh and do not identify with it, replace it with the name that you identify with. Yahweh, I come before you here now from Switzerland, having read the newest news that a hospital was bombed in Mariupol. Lord, I ask you to support the people that are there, the rescue workers, the people who are fighting for peace, the women who are pregnant, wanting to give birth, the babies that are being born, the children, doing the best they can with the circumstances they're in. Yahweh, I ask you to give these people clarity to see that they are not responsible for what is happening, that it is unfair when someone decides to invade our country and we are obliged to defend it. Yahweh, I ask you to bless these people with clarity of mind. In these shocking situations, it's completely confusing how we can help ourselves. It's completely debilitating to experience what we are doing is enough. And these shocks in the body don't go away. They continue in different forms and in new ways. Yahweh, I ask you to bless these people with a vision. Bless them with a vision for peace. In this time of chaos, in this time of hate, in this time of overwhelmment, in this time of existence and insecurity, I ask you to support them to tap into their core values, to envision the Ukraine that they want to wake up to in every day afterwards. Yahweh, I ask you to connect these people to their breath. That with all the insecurity and the chaos that's going around us, that our mind can be at home with ourselves. When the danger around us is so trepidatious that it feels easiest to leave our body, I ask you to give them tools so they can support themselves and support others. I praise you for this incredible function that our body has to feel shock. I praise you for how it protects us. I praise you how trauma is created to protect us. And I ask you to give these people courage to name what they're seeing, to name what they're experiencing, to support one another, and to lean in to their vision for what they're fighting for. Yahweh, I ask a special blessing on all those who are injured, that their wounds be closed quickly, that they feel safe and know that people are doing the best they can to protect them. Yahweh, I pray for all the medical staff in these extenuating situations, not having enough supplies, hearing the shelling going on, feeling the bombs shake the earth, and them doing the best they can to keep themselves calm, to keep themselves focused, to work with what they have, and to support the bodies that are coming to them, the people that are coming to them to be cared for. Yahweh, I pray that Putin is enlightened. I pray that he can see that his fantasy that Ukrainians belong to him and are really Russian is a fallacy. Yahweh, I pray that Putin realize that he has nothing to find and everything to lose in Ukraine. Yahweh, I pray that Putin will realize that he has everything to lose and nothing to win in the Ukraine. Yahweh, I pray for the soldiers sent by Putin. I pray for the mercenaries that are being paid by private organizations. Yahweh, may they see that they are simply humans, and that we are all connected. May they be realized that they have a choice to put that weapon down, that they have a choice to say, I'm done fighting, that they have a choice to stand up for their core values, for what they believe is true from within their being. Yahweh, I pray that they question the promises they have heard of what they gain when they fight, whether it be riches, whether it be honor, whether it be glory, whether it be a career and financial stability. Yahweh, I ask you to place on their heart the curiosity, an openness to wonder whether there is not a way to gain financial security, to gain honor without having to kill people, without having to kill soldiers, without having to receive instructions. Yahweh, I pray that you give them courage, that they can receive those insights and they can make a choice for themselves. I ask you to give them the imagination that there is a life aside from fighting, that there is security without weapons, that there is strength without killing. There is strength for caring. Yahweh, I ask you to be with the soldiers, And in these times of difficulty, in these times where our cortisol levels are going through the roof, when our adrenaline is off the top, these times where we just want to hold our head because it feels like it's all so surreal it might explode, or we ourselves might explode next. Give them insight into their choices. Give them awareness into what they're creating for the future of their children, of their sisters, of their brothers. Yahweh, I pray for the people in the international organizations, the international parliaments. Yahweh, I pray for their chairs. I pray for their parliamentarians. I pray for their members. After war, we have created instruments to support peace, and we have experienced and are in shock how it is so quickly undone. In fact, it only needs one person. Yahweh, I pray that every one of these people in a position of responsibility, however small and however big, however insignificant they may feel, that they listen to their wisdom, that during the nights when they're sleeping, that they grow visions for themselves and supporting peace. It is so easy to feel guilty for not doing enough. And it is equally easy and even more empowering to be realized, to think clearly, and to realize that that vision for peace starts inside our mind's eye. Yahweh, I ask you to bless them with wisdom. I ask you to bless them with capacities to question the structures, to question themselves, not in a way to doubt, and to support what we're creating, to support in a positive way, in an interconnected way, what the Ukrainians are experiencing now. To support for the long term, to support in a sustainable way. Yahweh, I pray for President Zelensky. I praise you for his leadership. I praise you for his clarity. I praise you for his connection to the Ukrainian population. I praise you for his bravery and for his vision. And I also pray, I lay out in his heart that he will continue to lean into wisdom, that he will continue to find ways that haven't been paved yet, that he will continue to hold people up when they're aching, to give people direction when they're confused. Yahweh, I pray for peace. I pray for the democracies that already exist. And I pray for every single one of its citizens that we realize how fragile our democracies are. I pray for our presidents and our prime ministers of the world. I put on their heart that they support their citizens to be informed, that they empower their citizens to reflect and make decisions that harmonize with our core values. Yahweh, I pray that candidates for presidency, for politics, ask themselves, who are they serving? Is it about a conflict, a competition of being better? Is it about proving the other person wrong? Is it about building up the nation? Is it about supporting the people? I pray that you give them the introspection to notice where it is greed, where it is fear out of lack, where it is a desire to compensate for something that doesn't exist in any ways. Yeah, I ask you to bless them with wisdom. I ask that they take up the same wisdom as the founding fathers. That they see that they have the capacity to contribute to something beyond themselves. And when they make it about who's right and who's wrong, they've lost. They've lost that capacity to contribute to something beyond themselves. Yahweh, I pray for all the people who are experiencing fear and existential angst around rising gas prices, rising electricity prices. Those who feel shock around that, those who feel anger around that, those who feel retaliation around that, those who feel confused around it, and those who feel completely numbed out around it. And those who like to avoid the topic. Please bless them with a trust that goes beyond right and wrong. Please bless them with a faith that this too will one day pass, that they will survive, that they will be fine, that our minds will find another way, that it's possible to do things that support us and the situation, that feel kind and gentle, generous and courageous. Not to fight what's going on and to receive it as supporting them exactly the way it is. And may that be the last sentence for all of us. That we can be confident that we can find another way to support ourselves and the ones we love. In connection, it is all happening for us, not against us. In Yahshua's name. And so be it. Amen. Thank you, Precious, for praying with me. I look forward to reading your comments below. To learn more about me, I invite you to check out my website or visit me on Facebook or Twitter or wherever else. Loving you in humility to the situation we're dealing with. Your Tammy.